So today we're going to work on a little necklace. Yeah, my neck is still stiff, so hopefully I won't have too many problems with this. We're going to use this pretty focal piece that we got from Thunder Horse Descendant. I don't remember how much this costs, so I just know I got 2 of them. I'll have to look it up later. We've got some glass pearls that I got from Bargain Bead Box, and then we're also going to use some gray crystals. So we're going to make this a 2-strand. This has 2, it's got 4 holes down the side, see? So we'll just have the regular one here, and then we're going to let this one, the second one, be loose so that it will loop around a little bit. Hey, Kimberly. Hi, Cindy. So anyway, like I said, hopefully I won't have too many problems with it, considering that my neck is pretty stiff still. I don't know what I did to it. I slept wrong. Felt fine when I went to bed 2 or 3 nights ago, and then when I woke up, it was giving me all kinds of problems. So I'm not real happy with it. I think I probably pinched a nerve or something like that. It's one of those things when you get old, it doesn't take much, you know, when you get older to really mess you up a bit. So we're gonna got my gray box of goodies out. So we got the crystals out of that if I need them. I got them right here beside me. So, hey Beth. Hey Heather. Oh, ouch. Pinched. I found these buttons when I was doing my cleanup, and I was actually debating doing a button bracelet today, but I didn't. But see, they're really pretty. I was sort of surprised because there's 2 purples, 2 yellows, and 1 blue. And since purples and blues are definitely more of my style than yellow, I was really sort of surprised that I had 2 yellows and only 1 blue. But anyway, I decided to make this necklace instead. So, hi Anita. A button bracelet? It's just a bracelet that has a button as its closure. Hey Sid, you made it. So, oh, I was going to show what I put it. There it is. For my members, actually, I think most of you guys that are on might be members. Anita's not, but everybody else is. So, you know how Thursday, what we're making Thursday? Look what came in the mail yesterday. I ordered this from Amazon. It's a little basket. Everybody who's a member knows what this is for. It did have more than one. There's 3, but this is the one I'm going to use. There was one that was much darker brown and one that was a lighter brown. I like this one, so I think this is what I'm going to use for that. It is plastic, so I'm going to have to drill a few little holes into it, but I think it's going to be perfect for it. So yeah, it came as 3. But this is the one I decided to use, this middle brown color. So we're going to put that back in the package with the other stuff. Hey, Renee. And I have chosen beads for the other strands, so that is, of course, we're going to work on that some more during the Thursday live for the members Thursday live. Now, if you're not a member and would like to become a member, I do have a membership. It's $4.99 a month. The link is in the description of this video. And we have a members live, and then you see the recorded videos earlier, and every once in a while I will do a vendors only movie. I mean, members, not vendors, members only video. And we have a drawing for a mug. Two more. We need just two more, and we'll do the drawing for our logo, my logo mug. So I think for those of you who haven't seen it, this is the logo mug. Somebody will win it in a random drawing once we reach 25. There's should be a link in the description of this video, Renee. So but yeah, once we reach 25, we will draw for that mug. I have 23 at the present moment, so and it'll be a random drawing, so who knows who will get it. So let's turn down, and I'll show you what I plan on doing with this necklace. Hi, Bonnie. I think this is going to be sort of fun. I'm not going to make it quite as long as I normally do. I want it to stay about right here. So, so let's turn down and get started. A basket stinking cute. Yeah, it is. There's no place for a debit card? I would have thought there would have been. So, that's weird because I use my debit card all the time for stuff, but you know, who knows? I don't know. I've never really purchased too many things directly from. Just use your credit card like a debit card. Yeah, your debit card like a credit card. I would think that you could, yeah. So I'm going to turn down. I'll show you what I plan on doing here, and we'll get started. Oh, it could be because you are in South Africa, Anita. I don't know for sure. I'm not real adept at those things, I'm afraid. I'm going to try and raise this up just a hair's breadth, guys. Hopefully I won't make you all dizzy and everything. Oops, a little more. That's a little more too much, but oh, there we go. That's good. So here is our pendant piece, or our focal. It's not, I don't know that I'd call it a pendant. It's really cool looking. Like I said, I got this from Thunder Horse Descendant. I bought 2 of them because I thought they were so cool looking. So, and I've got I've got 3 different sizes of daisy spacers. And I've got 2 sizes of pearls. So what I want to do, these are probably not cut, which means I'll have to cut the strings here. But that's all right. They are strings, so easily cut. Oops, no running away, little pearl. So what I want to do is I'm going to just throw some of these out here. I'll want more than that by the time I get done, but right now that's what I'm putting out. So I think this one might be cut already because I see loose beads in here. So, yep. Oop. And one hits the floor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, come here, you. I'm going to take the bigger pearl, and then, of course, we're going to use spacers. And we're going to put the little pearl on either side. Here, I'll go over there. Then we'll have a crystal on either side of here. And then we'll go back to the little pearl, big pearl. will just go on like this as the pattern. And then, of course, it will hook right here. And since I don't want it really low, but I don't like chokers. I feel like I'm choking when they're on me. Huh, good thing it's called a choker, huh? But I want to make it about 17 or 18 inches. So anyway, I need to get some white soft flex out, I think. I think I have some here still. I used a whole bunch the other day when we were working on something else. So the one thing I didn't get out, of course, was the soft flex, which of course we need. It's rather critical. So not finding any white. May have to use silver. That was remiss of me not to get find my soft flex before now. That's all right. We'll just use silver. Silver will work just dandy. It's just that it's a lot more expensive. See? But I'm just gonna normally I work right on this spool, and I may just start this on the spool and then we'll go on from there later. But because I'm thinking I don't really want the small ones of my daisy spacers. I'm thinking we want to go with the medium and the large, and maybe not the large even. Maybe we'll just stick to the medium. Could. I do like the large. I think these are cool looking. These are like stars or flowers. But what I'm thinking of doing, actually I am going to get a few small ones out. Because this is where it's going to go right there. And ooh, this has got a weird end on this. We're going to have to cut that off. So I'm going to put one of the small daisy spacers on. And then we'll put this first pearl. And since I don't mind multiple spacers, I think we'll start with the small, since this is a smaller bead, and then go up in size as far as our daisy spacers are concerned. And maybe we'll just do a 3. Let's see what that looks like. That might be too many. Well, let's put the pearl on first and see if we think that big one's too much. Yeah, the big one's too much. Let's take the big one off. We'll put the big ones aside. I don't think we're going to use those after all. I think it's going to be the small and the medium. So, yeah. Well, I love these these crystals that have all of the facets on them. They're so pretty. Now I'm going to want this to be less than 10 inches per side, more like, well, let's see, it's got to have the focal in the middle, and that's about, at a guess, I'd say it's about 1.5 inches across. I'll have to get the tape out and check. So we need to, well, actually, we could just go through that because it's got the middle in there, and maybe that's what we should do. Since we're right here, let's do that, and we'll just call this one. I don't want this big one on here, this bigger one. I just want the smaller one with this. We'll put our focal in it. We'll call this the middle right here. And what I'm going to do, because this does have, see, that's how that's going to look right there. Because of the space in here, you can put, fill this with seed beads if you want something in the middle here to sort of protect your line that's running right here, or you could put a little bit of tubing across it right here as well. Where's my tubing? It was right here. It is. I think we'll do that. I think we'll put a little tubing down the middle there so that it sort of protects the it really doesn't need to be protected, but I'm going to anyway. So we're going to just put this in here like so. We need it to about right here. But like I said, you could also do this with small seed beads to put a line through there. It works really good. And that's actually what I usually do. So yeah, it does have the same coating, Heather. I only have a few spacers. Oh, yes, indeed. So anyway, the silver is pretty, but I tend to cover up most of my wires, to be truthful with you. I like to use the colored wires because sometimes it shows through the beads really nicely. Like, it shows through this silver really good. The gray piece right there, it shows through a little bit because it's not it's transparent as opposed to opaque. So now that will protect the wire some in there. So since I have this crystal right here in the first one here, we're gonna go to a little pearl and then the crystal again on this side. Where are you? But I love the flash on these. And yes, it's pretty spendy. The silver is. It is the same coating, but it does have whoa, where'd you go? But it does have silver within the coating, within the coating, so that it gives the color. But I can truthfully tell you I did not pay this much for it because I got it. Remember when Hobby Lobby, not that long ago, probably just stopped doing it like a year or so ago, they used to have the 40% off coupons for one item every week. Well, I used the 40% off coupon on this. I know I did. So And then every once in a while, Softlex during their live sales will have wire on cell that has got some little bit of damage. The color's not quite right for what they wanted, or the last time I bought silver in the live sale was because it had some little black specks on it, which was, yeah, so what? They're just teeny weeny little black specks every once in a while, and since mine is generally inside a bead strand, I really didn't worry about it any. So maybe you. Come on, go through. No, come back up here. Oh, yeah, they did. And that's ridiculous because Softlex is the best if you ask me. But, so yeah, they don't have any anymore there. Or if they do, it's not any of the colors. I think it's just the basic satin silver or whatever it's called. And that's not my favorite one. But I think I got a little kink in the wire right there, but that's all right. It'll settle down. This is going to be one of those necklaces that I will for sure take to the Renaissance Festival if it doesn't sell prior to that, because it's definitely going to end up being something that would work with a Renaissance outfit. Have to pay attention to how long I'm getting this on this side, because like I said, I don't want it to be more than 17 or 18 inches in length before I put the clasp on. So, because the clasp, of course, will add some length to it. I've got a lot of my spacers put away, and then I found a whole bunch more the other day when I was going through some more bags. So I got more to put away now. I thought I had them all put away, but not the case anymore. Though, like I said, I've been finding lots of odds and end things that I forgot I had, like those buttons that I showed you at the beginning of the show. So, sort of fun. It's like a treasure trove. But I'm like, now see what happens when you don't put things away like you should? You find all kinds of weirdo things. And you could have been using them all this time. Come here, you. Well, like the bracelet I made with the little bird emblem thing on it the other day, that was one of my finds from searching. The little bracelet bar was one of my finds from going through stuff. So it's funny how you find all kinds of odds and ends things that you forgot you had when you don't put things away forever. Okay, I'm gonna see how long we have this over here on this side right now. It's gonna be pretty. I don't think so. I think you can never have too many spacers. Thank you, Rochelle. Yeah, and I think they had a sale not too long ago. I didn't need any, I didn't think, but looks like I need some white. Actually, I think I have some white in the bedroom, so it's not. Okay. We need just a little bit more, maybe another inch, because I want it to be about 16. I want it to be about 17. So we probably want about another inch, which would be about one of these turns of pretties here. So need to move the line down some. Go down. Nope, you first. These are a good price for these glass pearls. Now, I know these are the glass ones because they were less expensive. The more expensive ones that Beadbox Bargain sells is the ones that are the shell ones that they make out of shell. But these are still really pretty. And I need some more little ones. That may be where I needed to stop. Let's see. I'm going to put a little spacer down this end anyway. I really love this steel ruler. I got it on the Joann's clearance sale. It's like $4 or something like that. Okay, now that's 9. That's the longest I wanted it. So, and actually that's not right because I forgot we need to measure to the middle of the focal. So I think I got too much on. I think we'll take off this last little bit. To right here. So I think we'll take off this bit right here. I think that's going to be our end right there. So, oh, don't knock the pearls off. I've already knocked enough pearls off. Slide over there. So, hold you right here. Yeah, that's where I want it. So let's cut the other wire off the other side, and then we'll go up the other side here. There we go, about right there. So now we'll just need to continue up this side in exactly the same pattern. So we're right here at the big one. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that your shoulder's still giving you so much problems, Cindy. Hi, Jenny. You bought this centerpiece too? Yeah, it's pretty cool, isn't it? Where'd I get this focal? I got it from Randy, Thunderhorse Descendant. Looks like I'm going to need some more spacers here pretty soon. Because this pile's the two big ones. Still have a little of the small ones, but we need to get some medium ones out. That's this one. I was afraid I wouldn't be able to do this without stiff my neck is feeling, but it's actually not giving me too many problems unless I move abruptly. So that's good. Trying to decide what kind of clasp I want to use on this. I think since it's 2 strands, I could use a slide clasp, a 2-strand slide clasp, or I could use I could use a box clasp that has 2 strand spots in it. In fact, I think maybe, just a second. I'll put this bead on and then I'm going to put what I do with there it is, bead stopper. I want to check something. Well, where did I put it? I would have swore I left it right here. This isn't the right one. Yeah, this little box clasp I got from Randy the other day is a 2 strand. So maybe we'll just use this because I think this will match pretty nicely with my with the focal. Oh gosh, I hate Social Security sometimes. What are these clear beads? They're not clear, they're actually gray crystals. Here, let's see if I can get it close enough to you. See, it's a gray crystal, multifaceted crystal. Okay, let's see how close we are to this side, how much more we need to do. Looks like we only need just one turnaround and the little one. And we'll have the top strand all done, so that's good. But I do think that little box clasp will work well. Is this your initial appointment, your call to Social Security, Jenny? I know it took me a while when I did mine at first, but once it's done, more or less. I don't think I've had any other issues with having to do anything with them since then, so. Another thing about the glass pearls that's nice is they're usually, have a big enough hole you can go through them twice. Unlike a natural pearl, because the natural pearls, a lot of times, they have a really small drill hole and it's hard to get a second strand through. So there's our first strand done, and I think we should be about 17 or 18 inches if I measured that properly at first. So 12 is right here. Yep, it's just barely over 17, so that'll be great. So that's the first strand. And then we're going to just do the second strand exactly the same, except for we're going to go down here and we're going to put quite a few more beads in, like at least another turn, one of these turns like so up at the top, because I want it to not only come down here, but to loop around a little bit so that it is not straight across where our beads come out at, but goes and drops down. Oh, are you going to, are you going to go visit with Beth, Heather? That would be fun. I know she has a bead store not too far from her because I know that she went with I think it was Becky that she went with to the bead store there. So let's get a few more everything out. I might be all right with the crystals. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'll need more crystals too, because that's not enough. We are going to need, I think, about 12 at least. So let's get some more stuff out. And these are in my grays. I have been separating my beads out. I think I've mentioned this before, by either gemstone or glass, and then by color. So these are glass gray ones. So, but I keep running out of boxes and have to keep buying more. Thank you, Marika. So we're going to get some more line out. And I'm just going to do the same thing we did when we started this other one. And I'm just going to release some line from the spool. And we're just going to do the one side first. And that will help me decide how long I want this one to be, since it is going to need to come on, you. I know there's another bead stopper in the dish. Looks like it's one of the tinies, but hey, it works. Oh, there's a red one in there too. So we'll just do the one turn on this side to go through the focal, and then see how long I want to make it from the other side. So we'll do just like this amount right here to start with. And I forgot to get out any more pearls. We're going to need those, obviously. So maybe I'll just do this little section right here, since I only have one small pearl out right now. We'll get it going through. We'll have to get some more of my, then we'll have to get the more things out here. Up to and inclusive of some rubber tubing to go through our focal here. So this is going to be like right here. Goes in right here on this side. So we need to flip this so we can put it on. Go through. Here, let's have you go this direction. So now when it finishes, it should dip down like so and make a loop kind of thing here on this side. I saw that they have this tubing at Hobby Lobby, but it looks to be not as thick. There we go. Now I could have cut that a little bit longer. It's not quite edge to edge, but that's all right. So since I have that more or less holding the beads in place, I'm going to get some of my pearls and such out that I need to get out now. So there is our small ones. Now we need to get our large ones out. And I'll need to get a few more spacers out in a little bit, but I'm not going to worry about them quite yet. Nope, just you. Now I could have done this the opposite direction and gone to the big pearl here, but, and then, you know, done the pearl set and then the crystal. But considering I want to make it a little extra long so that it dips down, I'm not sure that makes a bit of a difference. But these glass pearls, Heather, are from Beadbox Bargains. And as you can see, they are the glass ones because they're not so expensive. So, but I do have some of the more expensive ones, like these, which are, instead of being made from glass, these are actually made from shell. So they're more expensive, but, you know, they're closer to the real thing, well, actually, since they are shell. But I either one is fine, and they either way is actually still a pretty good price. I do like real pearls. I buy them every once in a while. I don't go out of my way to buy the really expensive ones that, you know, are, oh, they're perfectly shaped, they're perfectly round. I don't care, because they're still a pearl, and those weird striations and stuff actually make them be a little bit more interesting. Though this one is damaged. I just saw that the coating is a little bit scraped off right here. I don't know if you can see it. See right there where it's scraped off? So this one's going to get stuck aside. We don't want to use that one. It's damaged. I probably just throw it away, actually, so that I don't accidentally grab it later. But that is the only problem with glass pearls, in my opinion, is that, but you know what? That's also true of natural pearls, because they're formed in sort of inside a clam's guts. When they come out, they're still delicate and they will still scratch. So, you know, it's something all around to think about. Pearls tend to be a little bit more of a delicate bead than regular beads, in my opinion, because of the fact they will scratch off like that. But time to get some more spacers out. Oops, those are the wrong ones. Those is the, no, I put the big ones inside the little tube accidentally. Got to get those back out. Well, that sucks. Are you falling in there any further? Nope, that's it. But that's a big pile. Now, where'd they go? I just knocked them out. There's one. Well, I'll just leave the big pile out, and then as I come upon one, I'll put it to the side. Can't believe I did that. That was pretty stupid. And careless. Shouldn't need any more small ones now, though. Yeah. Yeah, I like it both ways. It's funny because when I was younger, I didn't really care for pearls a lot. I didn't use them hardly ever, but I find myself using them more and more now because I am liking them a lot more than when I was younger. The other place a lot of the glass pearls, the coating scratches off is right up here by the edge. And if I find them like that, I generally tend to make sure I use a bead cap with them um, so that I can still use them, but I don't have to worry about that spot having come entirely not not usable. If you ask me, I don't like them like that. So so far I've only come across four of those big spacers that I accidentally put in here. And I'm afraid that I may have to dump out the tube and sort them back out again. But that's the way it goes when you get careless. Oh, there's a couple more of those right there. We're definitely going to need some more little ones again because of the little pearls, because I'm not even up to the top. Almost out again. But that's all right. We'll get them. Come on. See, that's already pulling so that it's not right beside each other. So I think that's looking pretty good there. But we still need probably another 2 turns maybe of the beads. Nope, the opposite direction, Rose. Now this one, we're not quite to where I want it to be, I don't think, because I do want that little drop down right here. So I think I'll just put the big pearl on, and then the second little pearl, and I think we'll be done with this side. Put this aside for right now. Come on, get out of the way. Need to give it a little more line on this side, though. Just a little bit. There we go. So now I think this is where I want to end this side. See, it's about, let go of each other there, guys. See how if we hang it this way, it's about maybe an inch, 2 inches longer than the other one. So when this gets hooked up, this is going to be to the top, then this one will come right beside it. But see how it's going to droop down some at the bottom down here? And that's what we want it to do. Though now if you didn't want it to droop that much, if you wanted just a little bit of a droop, you could pull it up like so and just hook it off right here where I originally had it, which isn't a bad spot. I think that looks pretty good. But when you bring it up and you're wearing it, let's see how it would be then, because if it's going to be a lot of droop, you might not want that much. I think let's see if it's a little bit shorter, if I would prefer. Yeah, I might prefer just a little bit shorter. So we'll take off these last couple beads and wire, come back here. So I think we're going to take off these last 2 pearls, the big one and the small one, because I think the drop is going to be enough without them on there. You go off too. So they'll come together like so. And then, oh, come on. What do we got going on? Oh, I've got the wrong one grabbed. That's the other side. I've got too many lines here. I got to cut this line. What do we got going on here, guys? Over there. Over here. You need to go off that. There we go. So the holder's a little loose, so the wire, when it slipped off the desk, it just started spiraling down. So I'll have to. But anyway, as I was saying, get out of this mess. This will be, it's going to hang sort of like just a little bit like so. And I think that'll be all right. Because when you're wearing it, you're not going to have it so tight. It's going to come around your neck, of course. So you're going to have a little bit more of a droop, like so. So anyway, I think we'll keep it like so. because that is enough of a droop. And I like it. So now we just need to go over to the other side and start doing it. So we need to get our line measured so we can cut it here. So we're going with our second one here. So we want it to be up about so much. I think this should be plenty. So I'm going to cut it right here. And then we'll start on this other side. And I see that we're at the hour right now. You've got some pink pearls that you're going to make your granddaughter something with, Jenny, but you're not going to give them all to her. Well, I don't blame you. I wouldn't either. So now we're going to go up this side. Of course, we'll start with this small. Come on, go through the bead. There we go. Oop. I actually should just go to the other side, count how many beads I have of each kind, and then get that many out. And when I get to that point, and I will be done. But of course, the other option is just to count the gray crystals. And when I get to that point, we're almost done. So on this outer strand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look, I have just enough out. So that makes it perfect. Have to get some more spacers out. Of course, I'm going to need to get some more pearls out here in a minute too. So. I had just found these focals again while I was cleaning stuff up, and that's what gave me the idea for this necklace when I started thinking about them. So. I have to be careful with myself when I make necklaces like this because I always think to myself, oh, well, that would look good with my Renaissance outfit. Maybe I should just keep that for my Renaissance outfit. But I've already got 2 or 3 sets of jewelry that I wear with my Renaissance outfit, so I don't need another one. Though this one is a really nice neutral one. It could be worn with any outfit. Almost there, because I only got one of the gray ones left. Okay, we'll need to compare side to side, but I think this is where I should be done. So let's flip these so they can be sort of seen together here. That's the top one. This is the bottom side, the bottom one. So, guys, get over here. Up. Oh my gosh, I got an extra set right here. Oh dear, those have to come out. That just wrecks it. Oh well. And we thought we were all strung. Well, I think we would be if I hadn't messed that up. Yeah, we would be. But I got to take these out. That's not right. We don't want those there. So let's just push everything here to the side so that it's not going to get into our way. And I'll clean it up later. Can't believe I did that. That's bad. Where did I do it at? It's right. Now I don't see. Oh, it's right here. Duh. So when I make a mess up like this, I try to keep my beads sort of in the right order so that I can just pick them right back up and put them on instead of having to relook at everything. So we're right here. Take this bunch out, put it to the side, and go back up the line again quickly, hopefully. Sometimes if the beads sit down straight, you can go right up the line with your line. But I don't think they're going to behave because they're falling over, which is too bad because yeah, that's right now. What's there? Just fell. That's the reason, though, I usually check things before I crimp them because mistakes happen. I prefer not to make them, especially not on a live, but it's the way it goes. Okay, that took a lot less time going that direction than it was but I got more wire than I need, obviously. So now let's compare again. Hopefully we didn't make any bubbles on this time. Looks like we're good. So that's the outer long ones. This is then the inner ones are right here. So we'll bring those back up over here. And we'll have our little, so now we can, got those mixed up again. That's all right. Crimp these ends and decide if we want to put this on with jump rings or with or just put them on directly. Now either way works because this is going to be a box clasp on here, I think. And I think I may put them on jump rings, little jump rings, because I'm not sure how sharp the interior of these little holes are. So I think I'll probably use jump rings. How's everybody doing since I haven't been paying attention to you? Oh, really? Interesting. There's a Renaissance merchant that makes rings. I gotta remember his name. I don't remember it. If I find it, I'll send it to you, Heather. So I'm going to get some crimp tubes out, and we're going to crimp the ends of these. Then I'm just going to jump ring it onto our pretty little box clasp here. Let's see. You guys, come here, you guys. I maybe should put my crimp tubes in one of my cases too. I did with my jump rings the other day. Oops, that's way more than I need. Oh, we only need 4. Though, how heavy is this? I could double crimp it. Maybe we'll double crimp it. Then we'll need 8. I think most of you have probably seen me double crimp before, but if you haven't, I'm going to show you the trick on how to do that. Let's see, this is the beginning strand. So because we've already tested it, and these will go through these little pearls twice, I can either move this so that I take this off and put the crimp up here and crimp it in the middle here so that we don't have an extra pearl here, which maybe that's what I'll do. So we put the crimp tube on, and then we'll put this back in place. And we put the second crimp tube on. Then we're going to turn it, and we're going to go through first the first crimp tube, then the second crimp tube. Come on, wire, go through all the way. And then come on, go through. Now, on this side, you really don't have to worry about it going through all the way because you can play with it after a bit. So I'm just going to take this baby and slide it up to where I want it. This is our first one. We take our crimping pliers and you put that little divot right in the middle of the thing there and squish, and then turn and squish again and squish it 3 or 4 times till it doesn't squish anymore, and then let's test it. It seems to be good. Now we're going to move these things up to where it meets those. Come here, you. And see, we're going to put this one over the wire then too. Oh, come on, go over there. I'm going to hold this in place. Now we're going to take our crimping pliers. I'm moving this down a bit so that I can get it in place good. It's going to go into the divot. It doesn't feel like it's in the divot. It feels like it's not quite there. Now I'm out of it entirely. Come here, you. There we go. And then I'm going to push it right up to the pearl and squish. Now it's going to leave a teeny bit of gap because it's going to have that room and it's sliding. I'm not pleased with that. Usually the first crimp will hold it in place pretty good. Then turn and crimp and turn and crimp till it stops crimping. And then we'll push these guys up here over the wire. Then I'm going to turn everything around, let it slide down this way, and we'll take, it is this one, and we're going to let it go all the way over here where it should be in the first place. There we go. It's a little more difficult with 4 lines than just 2. They want to wiggle all over the place. So now we're going to take that pearl and that bead off, again, put the next crimp on. Come on. Then we're going to again put the pearl back on. And our spacer. Then we'll put the crimp tube on. And we're going to turn the line and go through these. Now this is our second one, so we have to get everything right there this time. This pearl must have extra stuff right here because it doesn't want to go on so easily. There we go. Through there. So now this is where I'm going to pull this up. we want to make sure everything's pretty tight here because, of course, this is our second crimp, so we have to have it going pretty good. Now, there is one thing when you're doing a double crimp, you got to remember that you have to do this one, the middle one first, because otherwise it won't have room. Because you got to go between your bead and get your crimp from there. So you want to get into there between things and do your first crimp, then turn it and crimp again. And what are you grabbing hold of here other than the crimp? Rory's decided we've been on long enough and he's going to talk to me about it, it sounds like. Come on. My spacer's trying to get into my crimp. So it's giving me a little bit of a headache there. I think that'll be fine though. So we're going to push this down as much as we can. Grab our second crimp up here at the top. And crimp. Now you will probably have a little gap here at where the right in here, because of you have to have that space in between to get your let's cut this line off so that it's not still fighting with me here. I'll turn you around. See, I do have a little gap there, and that's all right. Because let's face it, once you slide your beads around, it's not going to show hardly. Don't grab those. You don't want those. Let's make sure these are tight. Yep. So there's our first set all crimped up. Like I said, it's going to give you a little bit of a gap right here. But once your beads settle, then of course it's going to go down, so it's not really that big of a deal. So now we got to do the other two sides. And we do those exactly the same. And then of course we need to hook this onto our box clasp. Now one of these will go on one side. Since this is the interior pieces, it'll go with these two on either side of the bottom here. And then we'll just do the other side. Bye, Jenny. No, actually, he's not saying he's late with his pets. It's probably he's late with his treats because actually he's pretty feral and he doesn't like to be touched. So, but he does like his treats. So, anyway, we're going to do this one exactly the same. Boy, this one has a lot of extra line, but that's all right. Pull that. Crimp, crimp, purl, spacer, crimp. Now, since this is the first on this line, I can do this as loosely as I want to, and we can just get to it as we go. So I can just pull this one up to about where I want it. And we'll crimp this one. Now we'll feed these up the line here. And I could take some of this line off, but it doesn't really matter. And now we'll crimp this second one, and then we'll feed it into some of the beads, what's left that we need to crimp. So I'm just going to get the crimp tube right in the divot where it belongs. Then I'm push it right up to that pearl and squish. And then, of course, go around it with 3 or 4 squishes to make sure it's nice and squished where I want it. Then I'm going to take my line again. We're going to go through these spacers and through this crystal, and then we'll cut it right here. Extra off. Now we got to roll our beads over to that side. And once we have them all rolled over there, then of course we'll take off that last pearl and spacer. And he's going to complain for a while. Or settle, you know. So again, we'll pull this down to about where we want it, like so. Get this pushed down as much as we can. And then we're going to go in between the pearl and the spacer. This is too high, so I'm going to pull this down some because I don't want this much line, because we're going to be having, see how much of a loop I've got there now when I pull it. So we'll pull this down some. And we've got it pretty close there, I think. So come on down. Go and squish. Now we want to turn it. And oh, I got more line than I wanted, because see how much big of a gap I have right there? And that's going to leave me a big loop. So let's see if I can pull this through, because I don't think it's really tight yet. Oh, maybe it is. It doesn't seem to want to pull real good. Now, of course, the thing is, if you leave a lot of extra, if you end up with a lot of extra space in here because you got more than you wanted, you can always put a bead cover in here. I mean, a crimp cover in here. I think I'm not too bad, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. It's a little bigger than I wanted, but it's not huge, so. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to trim this baby off. And just slide my flush cutters right up to where that bead is. And clip that. So there we go. Now we need to, there you are. I thought, where'd the box clasp go? It was right here. Now we just need to get a couple of jump rings. And because these holes are small, I'm just going to use some Tinky Tots. So we'll just put a few out. And then we're going to open them up and put them on. Now this is where you got to be careful, because you want your top one to go to the bottom of your jump ring loops or your box clasp loops. So we'll open this baby up, go through, and then grab this, and we want to go to the bottom. Now, it depends on what side you want your clasp to open on, which side you go on. It doesn't really matter that much. I think box clasps can be pretty elegant looking. I remember my grandmother's pearls and my mother's pearls that they were my grandmother's, then they were my mother's because she inherited them. They had a box clasp on them. Because back in the day, box clasps were about the only kind they used. So there's the bottom line, or the top lines, as I should say, onto our box clasp. Now we'll just open up these other two and put the bottom lines onto the other side of our clasp here. These are tiny little holes on this box clasp, so it's a good thing that we have the tiny jump rings. Now, if you've never used a box clasp, they're pretty simple to use. I'll show you in just a second as soon as I get this second one on here. There we go. We're all put together. We are done. So to use a box clasp is really simple. It just has, it's like a little box, but this side has a little pin. See this little pin right here? And just push that down and then it'll pull out. It's got a little lump in the top here, and it doesn't go all the way down, so you just push that back in, unless it wants to be difficult, that is. It should just push right into here, and then it'll click on that lump spot right there. So there we go. There's our necklace all finished. Let's turn around. Bye, Georgina. Bye, Heather. Yeah, I thought the box clasp that I got from Randy also looks really good with this. So thank you, Mary. I'm glad you think so. So we just, like I say, push down on the lever, and it's, come on, baby, go in place. I'm too used to finding lobsters. There we go. So there is how it's going to hang, just like so. Thank you, Kimberly. So not real long, so it'll look good. Most Renaissance dresses have a deeper V in the front, or a rounded, I should say round. It's just a deeper neckline. So something like this would go fine with it. Or, you know, if you wanted this for like some elegant dinner party or something like that, it would also be very nice. So it's about the length I wanted it. So thank you. What is it, Rory? Oh, yeah? So anyway, it's been almost 2 hours. My goodness, I didn't realize we'd been here that long. No wonder some of the folks had to leave. We will go for the day, and I'll have a recorded video for tomorrow probably. But then I will see the members live on Thursday afternoon, and I'll see everybody else live on Friday morning. In the meantime, they'll be recorded. So I'm glad you ladies stuck with me for the long haul, as Kimberly said. Bye-bye. Treats now, Mom. Yeah, exactly. Treats now, Mom. Hurry up. You're late. So anyway, there is our necklace all finished. And I hope you enjoyed making it with me, mistake and all. And we'll see you all later. I think it turned out just the way I wanted it. I'm usually in jeans or sweatpants, Beth, or yoga pants. So so everybody have a wonderful day. I hope you are doing all right. And like I said, I'm back to my regular schedule since Randy's back. So I will be doing recorded videos on. I did yesterday. I'll do recorded videos Wednesday and Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday for the rest of this week. And then I will be doing another live on Friday morning, and I'll do the members live on Thursday afternoon. So we'll see y'all later. Bye-bye. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden.